Freedom does not behave. Freedom is not an A student. Freedom is not quiet. Freedom does not sit down, nor does it comply. Freedom is edgy. Freedom misbehaves. It challenges and it teaches. Freedom asks why when all others sit quietly. Freedom wears its hair the way it wants to. Freedom defines itself not as you want it to, but how it chooses. Freedom is the oddball out, the black sheep of the family, the non-conforming relative who you think should act a certain way, who should get a real job, and who gets under your skin because they challenge what you think and say. Freedom is free and is not constrained by edicts or coerced demands. Freedom is not what you have been taught, but everything outside what you have been told it is. Freedom is not just 31 flavors of ice cream. Freedom is infinite. If we are being told what freedom is, we are not free. Freedom is boundless, limitless, unconstrained, and undefined. Freedom simply is. By physical law, freedom, like all things, has an opposite by its mere existence. Like day has night, right has wrong, good has bad, warmth has cold, and up has down, freedom has imprisonment. This yin versus yang exists along with all things physical. If we cannot go right, we cannot go left, nor can we go up or down. With every negative, there is a positive and vice versa. With every breath taken, there is a breath released. These traits, while seemingly obvious, are tethered to this dualistic physical plane of existence. They, like this language I am using, are constrained by their mere existence. They have been tamed by societal rules and regulations, by physical rules and regulations. These traits, you may argue, are part of life and exist for a reason. These traits, you may argue, must exist because, as I clearly stated, if one thing exists, so does its opposite. While you would be correct, you would not be free. You see, we cannot be free within a prison. We cannot be unconstrained while being constrained. We cannot be up if we are down. We cannot be anything when anything is prescribed through concept or definition. For those who follow a particular faith, you too have been told what that faith is, what it allows and what it does not. While you may argue that those rules must be followed or chaos would ensue, you are right, but you are not free. We cannot be free while we are imprisoned. Here on earth, in this physical realm, we are simply and only constrained, imprisoned. Freedom, like God, is indescribable. Freedom cannot be contained within words or physical human beliefs. Freedom, like God, simply is. If you feel inclined to fight for freedom, know that the only way to ever win that battle is to allow yourselves to simply be. Freedom cannot exist within this physical realm, and attempts to achieve it will never be fruitful, as to arrive at freedom in this realm will bring with it its opposite. Freedom cannot exist within a prison. Freedom has no description, as freedom just is. This does not mean we don't strive to be free, and it does not mean we do not defend others' right and desire to be free. This we must do, or those who want to imprison, torture, and kill us for wanting to be free will. Now that we have come full circle, realize that we are told what freedom is, because the description itself controls us and keeps us within a box. Until we realize there is no box, no freedom or imprisonment, our existence will remain contained within the box. As was explained in the movie The Matrix, there is no spoon. While this concept can be difficult to grasp, as we can clearly see that spoon on the table, it is what controls and defines us at this moment. If we are unable to see past the physical existence of a spoon, how will we ever be free? Both the existence of a spoon and our own existence exist within our ability to create either of them. As beings of energy, and without limits, all that we see, touch, hear, or make is decided through us and our agreements. Think of it like this. You have the freedom to pick from vanilla or chocolate ice cream. You are free to choose what you want to do, but will be imprisoned if you choose what is not allowed. You can choose from either blue or red, as no other choices exist. Now, do you see the absurdity? As long as there are confines, there is no freedom. The spoon exists because it is confined by our belief that it exists. The spoon exists because we confine it to that existence. We exist as these bodies because we confine ourselves to them and we believe we are them. We believe what we want to believe, and we act from those beliefs, come hell or high water. Know this, the spoon is many things. In fact, it is all things. It is a spoon, a fork, light, sound, energetic vibration, ad infinitum. The spoon is simply energy, but with form as we now are. We define the spoon as we define ourselves. You are not a fireman, a race car driver, a dentist, man, woman, Russian, Chinese, American, nor Jew or Gentile. You do or be those things because you believe what you have been told. You are not a body, you use a body. In fact, there is only a body because we create and define a body, just as we create the realms we exist within. Just as we have become attached to the rules and regulations of freedom, we too have become attached to the realm of the physical. We believe that freedom has limitations, imposed by someone. We believe that we are confined to our bodies. We are confined because we believe we are confined to a particular beingness, and we are free within limits because we limit. We are the key, but for us to be free, we must allow ourselves to simply be. Sounds simple enough, and it is. The problem is allowing our preconceptions and fear-driven stubbornness to fall away. We must disagree with the constraints we have learned and created, or we are constrained. We are imprisoned by our choice to be imprisoned through our agreements. If you pay taxes, you do so because you agree with the threat to make you pay. If you go to war because you are drafted, you do so because you agree with that coerced edict. If you war against people you have never met, you do so because you agree with others who you have never met, and who tell you who is bad or who is good. You are a failure or a success because you agree with those telling you what makes you a success or a failure. Are you starting to see the pattern? Today, ask why. Today, break a habit, at least once. Today, go a different direction that you knowingly choose. Today, wear your hair differently, paint it purple. Today, do what you want to do, and not what others say you must do, at least once. As you decide to live life differently, you will start to see that you are creating your existence. You may do some of these things already, but to knowingly and causatively do them is to change and determine your reality. As you dictate your life causatively, with self-awareness and self-motivation, you start freeing yourself. Remember, freedom like you simply is. These exercises will help step you towards being unconstrained, free. Today, decide to be free and you will be. I am going to add this final thought. It is commonly touted that with freedom comes responsibility. While this is true within a physical realm, it exists to constrain. This concept attempts to confine actions so we behave, don't hurt others, and we stay within the box. The fact is, if we harm others, we are already confined. We are confined to the belief that in doing harm, we are free through our domination. As freedom simply is, it cannot harm. The harm we do to others further confines us to a physical realm. In essence, we are imprisoned through our act of harming other beings. These acts come from what we have been taught, through actions we have observed and that we believe benefit us. These teachings confine and define our actions, and sadly, us. Again, we are not free if we define, either through what we have been taught or from what we do. To free oneself, one cannot confine oneself at the same time. Responsibility is a limit imposed in a reality of those already imprisoned through their beliefs. Simply being does not impose harm, as harm is not simply being. When we simply exist, there is no need to harm, just as there is no spoon. Presented by I Am Wisdom on Substack.com. Make sure to leave a heart, thumbs up, or a like if you found this presentation worthwhile, and share with someone. Thank you for spending a few moments just for you.